what's going on, everyone? It's time to review The Flash Season 2, Episode 16, titled Trajectory. This is a spoiler review. Make sure you have seen the episode. It should take me less than 2 minutes to recap the episode, give you the pros, cons, and final score. Thank you so much for joining me. And real quick, guys, if you're watching this on Thursday, March 24th, do not forget, later tonight I will be reviewing Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice, non-spoiler review. And then on Friday, March 25th, later that day, the spoiler review, the whole discussion, 20, 30, 40 minutes, however long it takes me to discuss the movie. That's basically the spoiler review, man. I'll give you everything, all the details, all my pros, the cons, the nitty-gritty, the nitpicking. March 25th, get ready. Anyway, guys, The Flash returned this week. Arrow returns this week as well, and Legends of Tomorrow returns next week. Let's get on to this, man. Let's see what's new. Zoom, Cisco dancing, Barry getting angry and yelling. We'll see what goes on now. Of course, we see the beginning. Flash is trying to train. He's training to get faster. They end up taking a break off, Cisco's like, let's go to the club, I want to get turned. I'm like, Jesus, so many modern day references in this episode, guys. Anyway, they go get turned. Jessie wants to go, like, I want to go. She ends up wearing a watch and everything that Wells gives her. Anyway, there's a new speedster in town, and she ends up stealing a bunch of money. She steals Caitlin's purse at the club. And Cisco's dancing. He has like his hair, and he's like, you know, he's just like dancing, and he's really weird dancing. I'm like, Cisco, he's the guy you want to party with, man. Imagine Cisco high. He's probably just chill there talking about science, you know. Anyway, the V9, Barry's mad because he finds out about the V9 and everything, and basically he wants to take it to get faster, but they're like, no, don't do it, it's bad. Jay told us not to tell you, sort of thing. Anyway, Cisco has a vibe, and he ends up seeing Zoom in a dark room. Jessie doesn't like Wells. She says that she's a different man now. Of course, well, she says he's a different man now, excuse me for that. Flash ends up chasing Trajectory. He ends up losing her, and there's this cool shot where he basically like flips over and lands on a car. I thought that was really nice, really good slow motion there. Iris has to write a report, basically, because this guy at the news report area, or the newspaper, he's like, we're going to call the Flash, you know, he's turning on everyone. He's stealing money and everything, and of course Iris knows, no, you know, he's not a new speedster, but of course she, you know, not going to give up her position, you know. So she does not want to do that, of course. Caitlin and Joe visit Eliza Harmon, who is technically Trajectory, but they're kind of like iffy on if she is. So anyway, she's a scientist, and she has voices in her head and everything, and she's addicted to the V9. She ended up making her own V9, man. So anyway, she takes it, and she looks in the mirror, and she sees Trajectory in the costume, which I don't know how that works. So does that mean, like, the person in the mirror, if she's with the costume, does it, like, I don't know how that understands how that works, but alright, I guess she takes over and somehow wears the costume, you know what I mean? So that was never really explained, but she was an addict and everything, basically putting the needle in her and everything. So anyway, yeah, she takes it. Shame on you, Eliza. Anyway, she locks Flash in a cell. She's going for more V9. She needs more of it, man. Her next fix. She confronts Team Flash. She throws Joe through a glass. That was a really cool shot again, man. Getting slow motion in there. So anyway, she makes this formula, or Caitlin and Wells end up making their formula, and basically puts it on to Jessie because she wants to make sure that it isn't like sedated and everything. So Jessie ends up, you know, like she's in shock, a little overdosing, foaming and everything, and basically she needs a blood transfusion. So Wells ends up doing a blood transfusion with her. Trajectory is on the bridge, and she's basically causing it to collapse, and there's this fight that goes on with her and the Flash, and the bridge is destroyed. He ends up doing the super jump, man, and he's freaking running through air, which is really cool. We didn't get to see an outshot of it, but we saw him just like from like this, like the stomach up, and that's basically, yeah. So we really don't get to see him like full body, you know, running through air the whole time, but what you could do, I mean, definitely, you get the idea. He's running through air and everything. He's going like Mach 3 or whatever they said. So I don't know different Machs, but I'm assuming Mach 3 is very fast. Obviously, man, Machs. This is science, man. The world of science. Jesus. So anyway, she ends up doing another injection. He's like, don't do it. And if I was him, I'd be like, Join the team, alright? You're a speedster. Don't do this to yourself. And of course, he never gives that motivational thing. She's like, of course she's going to put the injection back in. She ends up running. She has blue lightning. She basically disintegrates. She literally just vanishes from existence of life and just kind of poof. And like she's just burned away. And I laughed because I was like, that's what you get. You were a douche the whole episode, girl. I mean, you weren't a good person, so no one cares that you're dead, sort of thing. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of get like justice, like, all right, she's dead, cool. Anyway, we find out that Zoom is dying because of the blue lightning and everything, and Cisco has another vibe where he sees Zoom and it sees that he is Jay Garrick. So, or at least we think Hunter Zolomon, obviously, but it looks like Jay Garrick, so he's like, it's Jay. And Barry's angry, and he runs to where they were training in the beginning, and he's like, no! Yeah, I know. I know, right? I mean, that ending ruined it for me. It really ruined it. I was like, alright. Oh. What was that? You could just go outside and be like, medic! And then just like, alright. That's the end. That's how you end it. That doesn't make me want to watch next week's, You know what I mean? Like, it was just like, really? That's the way you end? Alright. I heard somebody say the last 5 minutes we'll find out about Supergirl in the crossover. That never happened. Right then. So overall, I'm going to tell you the pros, man. Here are the pros. I gotta say, the effects in here were really, every week, man, the effects really do pick up, man. And this is a very nice effects in here. Trajectory in them running and, the whole fast zoom and everything. Really good effects in here. Cisco dancing was probably the most funniest thing of the episode, which really made me laugh so much. Of course, he's an amazing character, so Cisco dancing was really cool to see. The whole club scene as well. Trajectory, I like her costume. I don't like her hair, but I do like her costume and the mask and everything. I did kind of like what the Trajectory character... I'm just going to say, Eliza, her character that she was going for. I kind of do like where that was going at it, but then again, they really didn't really characterize her much to like make us have feelings for her, or it's just like a one and done episode. She's dead, she's gone. What, you need time to build up these characters. She's another speedster, like that's not a big deal. Like I know Zoom is another speedster, but she's a girl speedster. And, like, nothing, like, there's not, like, we should save her, we should bring her to the cell or something. You had so many chances. I don't know why Flash didn't kick her in the face and knocked her out, and then he could have took her back to the Star Labs and they lock her in a cell. But, of course, Flash has to be goody two-shoes. And then, all of a sudden, Wells is like, you're better than this. You don't have to do it. And, like, Barry's like, I want to take the V9. Well, if he wants to take the V9, he could take the V9, alright? He could die and everything. But the thing is, why does every superhero have to be like, you can't cheat. Cheating are for losers and everything. Like, if he wants to do it, he can do it. Like, I'm tired of this goody two-shoe superhero sort of thing, like, where they always have to do the right thing, right message. You know what I mean? This is the real world, man. If he wants to take that V9, he could take the V9. I don't think the first thing will end up killing him, Give him a lot more speed, and then the side effects will end up happening. The cons for this episode. Again, the ending didn't work for me. It was cheesy. I literally was just like, oh, really? What about the Supergirl crossover? Of course, Iris was boring. I gotta be honest, the whole going to the cafe with the boss and everything and the storyline going on, I didn't care for it. It was boring. It was slow, not interesting whatsoever. Trajectory... the whole, the character herself, I liked where it was going to go, but then I didn't expect her to just disintegrate at the end of the episode and be like, oh, like, you could have done so much more with that character, but yet you just kind of killed it off, and, like, there's that girl speedster. You never got that number either, man. Cisco never actually got to see Trajectory. Kind of sad about that. And the Trajectory was not hitting people, you know what I mean? When she was on the bridge, and she was like, zzz, not one time did she hit a person. Like, you could see the light go through the person. Like, you don't even hit, like, you didn't bump into the person, like, because you're so fast or anything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're just running, and just the computer effects are like, I'm just like, really? Like, that's a nitpicking thing, but she didn't hit one person, and she's going through people, and they're, like, just regularly running, But overall, I'm going to end up giving this Flash episode, guys, Trajectory, a B+. I thought it was a really good episode. It wasn't a great episode or anything, but it definitely was that like 7.5 out of 10 sort of episode. It had good effects. Definitely Cisco stole the show at times. Harrison Wells. Also Jesse ended up leaving, so that's kind of like really... Jesse comes to Earth 1 and then she just, yeah, bye. Are you still going to show her every week or something? I mean, what, is that an excuse for the actress to go do something else or something? I mean, really? Like, are you serious? You just bring her to Earth 1. Like, did she not... She was just gone from her father for so many months, and now she's like, bye. Are you for real? Like, all that stuff he did to get her, and you leave. She pulled a Carol from The Walking Dead, dude. Anyway, B+, comment down below, tell me your favorite parts about this Flash episode. Let's talk about it. You really like this review, guys, or like the channel, make sure to hit that like button, like my Facebook page down below, hit that subscribe button. Really would appreciate it, and share, guys. Thank you so much. Sharing is caring. Until next time, bye-bye.